Welcome back to Tourist Tuesday. This week our journey takes us to a site just down the road from us in Coffeyville, Kansas. 130 years ago tomorrow, on October 5th, 1892, the infamous Dalton gang attempted to rob two banks at once. The townspeople of Coffeyville played a huge role in stopping the robberies and the Dalton gang, and today there is a museum you can visit in Coffeyville in honor of the defenders. It's called the Dalton Defenders and Coffeyville Museum, and it is just steps away from where all the action happened 130 years ago. Let's go check it out. Around 1890, the Dalton gang, made up of three brothers, Emmett Gratt and Bob Dalton, as well as Dick Broadwell and Bill Powers, were known for robbing trains and banks in Oklahoma Territory. Bob Dalton was very ambitious and wanted to outdo the famous outlaw Jesse James by robbing two banks at once. Plans were made to do just that and rob the Condon National Bank and the First National Bank in Coffeyville simultaneously. On October 5th, 1892, the Dalton gang arrived in Coffeyville wearing fake mustaches to disguise themselves and hitched their horses in the alley near the two banks and the jail, which was a change of plans due to street work going on in town. The town's businessmen recognized the Daltons right away and notified each other that the Daltons were up to no good. They grabbed their guns to stop them and defend their town. A shootout ensued, which killed all the gang except Emmett Dalton, as well as 4 townspeople. Celebration Dalton Defenders Days is held every year in October to honor those who worked together to stop the raid, and the Dalton Defenders and Coffeyville Museum tell the story of that fateful day in Coffeyville, when the townspeople saved their town. In addition to Dalton gang artifacts, you can also check out lots of other Coffeyville history exhibits. Outside, you can walk down Death Alley, where the gang members were shot, and visit the Perkins Building, which housed the original Condon Bank that the Daltons attempted to rob. In another part of town, you can also visit Elmwood Cemetery, an old cemetery on the south edge of town where the Daltons were buried. Emmett, the surviving one, later put out a stone on his brother's grave. Rumor was the metal pipe that had been marking their gravesite was the hitching post where they tied their horses that fateful day. It really wasn't. But there's lots of neat history here. Do check it out. Next week, we'll be visiting another Dalton gang site in western Kansas, so stay tuned for part 2.